This tutorial will cover chief complaint, HPI or history of present illness, and review of systems on the browser. Following this tutorial, you will be able to select and search a chief complaint, document a chief complaint, modify a chief complaint, and document review of systems and alerts. From the Visit Overview, select Manage within the CC/HPI section, or you can select the CC/HPI ROS icon on the Actions tab. Next, you'll select Add New Chief Complaint. On the left, we see the top 10 list of chief complaints for this logged-in user in order of usage. You can select from this list or search in the search box. I'm going to select the blurred vision. Now we have a diagram and we're documenting the location of the blurred vision. So I'm going to select both eyes, and then I'm going to go to Provide Details. Now is the series of questions for the chief complaint that we're going to answer. The first one is the HPI title. So is this a new presentation or follow-up? And notice the red asterisk. That means this field is required, and without documenting this field, we will not be able to save our complaint. So we're going to say blurred vision. As you go through the list of questions, not every single question will need to be answered. Only answer those that pertain to the patient's complaint. Any of the questions that have a subheader, such as this one that says quality, that means that it's going to contribute toward HPI or history of present illness. So we'll say maybe it's at distance and it's constant. Maybe it's associated with the glasses that the patient is wearing. Again, only answer those questions that pertain to this complaint. You can skip over questions. We'll say that this is mild. And here under duration, this is where you're going to document how long has this been going on. And each one of these drop-down menus has an empty space. So if the patient doesn't give you an exact number, maybe they just say it's been going on, for example, for months, we can select that empty line and that'll document the word months in the chief complaint. Again, if there is nothing under context or what are you currently taking for this, we can skip over those questions and only answer those that pertain, and we'll select Save. So now we're seeing the full chief complaint detail here, the title of blurred vision, the body of the complaint. This paragraph is being created from the different questions that we answered. To the right, we can choose to modify, and that'll direct us back to the diagram and those series of questions that we just answered, where we can make any changes. The chief complaint can be updated manually by choosing the Override feature. And when we do the override, this is actually allowing me to do freeform typing, and I can add or remove anything that's been documented. Be sure that if you do remove anything here, that you also remove the checkbox below under the HPI components. Because we're in an override mode, the system is unaware of what we're adding or removing. So for example, if you added modifying factors, make sure you check that modifying factors so that we're getting credit for that for billing. Once you make your changes, select Save. Here I'm just going to choose Cancel. I could also remove this chief complaint, or in this instance, I can add another chief complaint in, or even a secondary complaint. In the Review Systems tab, there's a series of questions that can be managed through your administration settings. At the top, we have Mark All Reviewed, Mark Custom Reviewed, and Unmark All Reviewed. Mark All Reviewed would be used for new patients to your practice. Mark Custom Reviewed is for all other patients. Once a selection is made, checkmarks will list next to each of those items. These checkmarks are stating that we've asked the patient the questions and they've answered. If the patient is presenting with a problem, we would select the Yes radial button to the right. As we scroll down to the bottom, there's also alerts, which are also managed through administration. The checkboxes again are showing that we've asked and they've answered, and if any positive hits, we would want to select Yes to the right on the radial button. And then when finished, we would select Save. Thank you for listening. We hope you found this tutorial useful. Please visit our support community to view additional tutorials.